Let's talk footwear. Let's talk about AlphaFlys. How do you know if the AlphaFlys you bought are fake? I sell a lot of shoes. I've been a Nike reseller since 1994. And I would put myself out there as a question. Am I the most established? No, that's not the word. Am I the longest Nike reseller in Australia? Started when I was 17. Selling shoes at high school. Nike AlphaFly. Alright, this is the AlphaFly 2. I sell a lot of these. I have the best price in the world right now in November on these in Australia, in the world. And you can tell if they're real because they're really, really hard to bend. Alright, you could probably like get two hands and snap at the carbon plate by bending it, but it doesn't bend very easy. You can sort of see that versus the Streakfly, another shoe I sell a lot of. Boom, like that. Alright, that's got a lot of spin to it, hasn't it? And then you got your Green Silence. Brooks Green Silence, one of my favourite shoes ever. Not much spring to that, is there? AlphaFly 1, here's Natasha's. You can smell it. Not going to bend. Alright, stiff. Okay, so the AlphaFly 1, AlphaFly 2. Much of a muchness. I probably prefer the ones, but, you know. Anyway, still a great shoe. But how do you tell if they got fakes? Because they bend really easy. You know, like, that's, you know, I'm using some strength there, and that's not bending. The same amount of strength that on this shoe, boom. All right, it's the same amount of strength. And where that Streakfly spring out to. All right, that's got some spring, doesn't it? Look at that. There's no plate in here, but it feels like it's got a bit of a plate there. So that's where you get that extra speed from the carbon plate propulsion forward. So AlphaFly, fantastic shoe, road only. The rocks will just chew this out. It's very high, so it's not that stable for cross country, etc. You wouldn't need it. In my opinion, you wouldn't need it. But for road, they last 2,000k. Carbon plate doesn't break down. You know, it doesn't break down, and the Zoom Airs, you know, unless you step on a nail, they're going to go forever. Okay, so the soles can peel, you just glue them up and keep going. So when they say, oh, they're only good for a marathon or two, that's just people lying straight up to you, or ignorant people just parroting lying information, so you go buy more pairs. These last years, thousands, at least 2,000 Ks, at least. Because that Zoom X, it doesn't really break down too good, too fast. And this carbon plate, it's great. Zoom Air. So AlphaFly is a better value in that aspect in terms of longevity compared to, say, like a Vaporfly. I sell these so cheap. All right, I sell these so cheap. I got the best price in the world on Vaporfly as well. These are, again, got carbon plate. These are a bit lighter. And this is the Vaporfly 2. Same midsole as the 1, just different upper. And a great shoe. Again, it's that carbon plate, it ain't bending, is it? Great shoe. If you want Vaporfly deals, hit me up. Killer deals. Especially if you live in Adelaide. Yeah. Best prices in the world, literally. And this is the Invincible. Oh, it's got... The Zoom X has got some spring on it. So, again, it flexes like that. That's no carbon plate in there, all right? So, is it going to flex for the midsole there? Not really. You know, it's got a fair bit of cushion to it. Again, I got the best price in the world on these. Yeah, I get my shoes dirt cheap and I pass them on. The funny thing is when I sell shoes, especially here in Adelaide, people are like, are these fake? It's like, one, you can't get fake Invincibles. Two, you can get fake AlphaFlys, and the bend test is instant test if it's fake or not. But I'm just like, Google me up, bro. Right? Google me up. You know, like, why would I risk going to prison? Because in Australia, it's a fraud charge. You can go to prison in Australia, especially if you're selling the amount of shoes I sell at scale. You definitely going to be going to prison or getting a conviction for fraud for selling fake shoes to people claiming they're legit Nikes. It's a violation of trademark here in Australia, and they're pretty strict about it. But I had the conversation a lot, especially with runners. They're like, are these shoes fake? And I instantly say, they're genuine. All right. And then I say, are you going to rob me? Is your money fake? And then, boom, they just fucking lose their shit. Some people, when you talk to them, when you talk back to them how they talk to you, boom, left on scene, leave group blocked. I always do it. Like, I got the best price in the world. I don't need to be a schmoozer, you know, like go to Rebel Sport or Sportitude and pay double my prices. Yeah, so yeah, I can be honest with people. You know, I can treat people how they treat me because I have the best prices out there. And I don't need to like take that level of nonsense. Again, it's first world problems. It's first world problems. But yeah, if you want the best prices on Vaporfly, hit me up. If you want the best prices on Invincibles, hit me up. AlphaFlies, hit me up. You know, great shoes. AlphaFlies, hit me up. That's to my Australian audience, because once you added the shipping in, I am the cheapest worldwide, but shipping, they can add costs, so you can probably maybe if you're lucky, you might get it cheaper in your country. But if you're in Australia, guaranteed my prices are best on earth. The only catch is, do I have your size or are sold out? And so, that's the deal there. I love shoes, man. Gotta admit, I love shoes. But again, Vaporfly, at least 1,000K. At least 1,000K. Again, if the sole peels, glue it on. Glue it back and you're good to go. They're great shoes, but again, this Zoom X material is very, very lightweight. It doesn't like rocks. It doesn't like bicycle pedals. It'll chunk out, okay? I rode my bike in my Vaporflies and they chunked out pretty quick, so don't ride them. And cats and dogs, they like to chew these, so keep them away from the teeths. There you go, that's the deal. How do you know if your Vaporflies are fake? Actually, there's no fake Vaporflies out there, but AlphaFlies that are on the market, they are fake. So buyer beware. Buy from legitimate sales people like myself, and you'll be good to go. But yeah, do the bend tests. But just to make me cap, it's hilarious how paranoid so many runners are. It's like, and they got this Dunning-Kruger thing. Like they pretend they know more than you about the shoes. And I'm like, well, send me the link to the fake Vaporflies. Send me the link to the fake Streak Flies. And they're like, I can't do that. And I'm like, how do you? They're like, send me a photo of the shoes in the box. And I'm like, bro, I can send you any fucking photo on the internet. All right, don't be so scammed so easily. I say, come and see the shoes in person and test them for yourself. Because if you're Mr. Shoe Expert, you'll be able to tell, won't you? But these people, they just fucking, they lose their bananas. Actually, they don't eat bananas. They're definitely on some calories in, calories out bullshit. And that always kills people's, mentality. But anyway, that's the deal. And I love sales. I understand it's part of the deal. That's why I work. That's why I have my own shoe store. Right? I have my own shoe store. Have my own bicycle store. Because I'm too much of a douchebag sometimes to handle people's douchiness. And I like to treat people how they treat me sometimes in that sort of negative aspect. And work for yourself. Be your own boss. If you know, you know.